Hi, I'm Scott. In this video, I'm going to go over the process I took to modify the PCB, the printed circuit board, in my RAMPAGE cabinet to produce stereo output. This video is part of a series of videos I'm making on the arcade 1UP video cabinets. The sounds from the games on the Street Fighter cabinet and Gauntlet on the RAMPAGE cabinet generate sounds for both the right channel and the left channel. Now this goes to the amplifier and then onto the speaker. The problem is the PCB circuitry only deals with the right channel. All the sounds generated on the left channel, they're gone. They never make it out to the amplifier or to the speakers. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the process I took that was defined and documented by BerryBerrySneaky on how I take the left channel sounds, mix them with the right channel sounds, send them on down to the internal amplifier on the PCB, and then on out to the speaker. And this mimics stereo output. It's really mono output, but it's right channel sounds and left channel sounds. So it's dual channel into the amplifier, into a single speaker. I'm making this change to the PCB on my RAMPAGE cabinet. This should fix the sounds on the Gauntlet game, especially the elf character, where the sound package for the elf character is missing a whole bunch of sounds. It's also recommended that you make this change to the PCB in the Street Fighter cabinet, as the games on the Street Fighter cabinet use both the right and the left channels, but they're only producing output through the amplifier onto the speaker through the right channel. Therefore, you're missing all the left channel sounds. All right, let's get started. So this, you'll notice now where the sound package will be missing for the elf when we play. Well done. All right, so here I'm moving the elf around. There's his arrows. So you hear the arrows, which is great. Now let's go pick up this treasure. Treasure, 100 points. So we hear some of the narrator, so all that's good. So now he's gonna get attacked. Notice how he's turning white, but there's no sound. So he's missing that part of his sound package. Every now and then you'll hear him when his health is getting bad, he'll say something, but he doesn't have the ghost attacks. All right, watch him pick up this key. To open door. So we get the narrator voice. Now we're gonna go open this door and go get another key and some food. So listen if he opens the door. So we get that sound. Here's a treasure. See if he gets a sound with it. No sound. Then we come over here to food. The narrator tells us he's gonna get the food. Now I'm gonna go get a key and see if he gets the sound on the key. No sound on the key, you got the sound of the door opening. So let's see when he exits if we get the two separate sounds. One leaving and then this level and then one going into the next level. The exit music as well as the entrance to the next level. Okay, so we didn't get the exit level, but we got the start new level music. So let's go do that again. So we're gonna come up here, you can see his arrows, his attack. Let's see if you get a key sound. Nothing. Let's see if we get the narrator telling us the potion. We get that, we don't get the sound. And here's a treasure, see if we get a treasure sound. No treasure sound. Now we're gonna open the door, so that's a sound. We're going to get attacked by the ghost, that's another sound, and then we're going to attack the ghost, that's a third sound. So let's see what we hear. Okay, so what you heard, the door open, you heard him attack, but you didn't hear the ghost attacking him. No ghost sound. So let's pick up our treasure. No sound. Pick up a treasure, no sound. No sound on that treasure. Come around the corner, no sound on the treasure. And then on the exit, remember it's two musics. It's the exit music and the new level music. And you'll notice the first exit music's missing and then the new level music will start. Okay, that's the sound package for the elf. Well done. So there's our narrator there. So there's the attack with her sword. So you hear that sound.
Treasure, 100 points.
There was the treasure.
Oh.
Their health when she gets hurt.
Oh.
So you can hear it whenever you see when she turns white, you'll hear the sound. Now we're gonna pick up a key.
Keys to open doors.
So we're hearing the narrator. Now we're gonna go open the door. There's an attack. Now we're gonna open the door. You hear the door opening. Let's go get a treasure.
Ow.
Now we're gonna go get the food. Oops. We're gonna get the potion.
Potion for later use.
Now we're gonna go get a key. So you hear she's got the whole sound package going on. Door open. Attack, attack.
Ow.
And you hear when she gets injured, you'll hear her yell, ow. Just fired off a potion. You heard me, that noise. And there's the exit. So you'll hear her leave the exit. And then the other music start when the next level starts. Okay, so she has the complete sound package.
All right, I didn't videotape the removal of the PCB, but you know, if you put all these together and if you're capable of actually doing this solder job, then you should be able to follow me through these pictures I took along the way. All right, first thing we're going to do is remove the two Phillips head screws that keeps the PCB in its metal case attached to the monitor on the back of that metal panel on the back of your cabinet. Next, we'll remove the gray ribbon cable connector, and then we'll unplug the 4 or 5 pin connector. It's a white connector, and then the black connector. And those black connector and white connector, you need to be very careful. Pull at the connector and not by the wires. Otherwise, you're going to pull the wires out of those connectors. You're going to have problems when you plug it all back together. Next, you'll unscrew the Phillips head screw that's connecting the ground to the PCB to the case. In this picture, it's to the bottom left-hand corner. Now the metal case and the PCB will be totally free. You can remove the 3 remaining Phillips head screws that connect the PCB to the metal case. Now you should be able to separate your PCB from the metal case. Mine was a little stuck per se. It wasn't by glue or tape or anything connecting the two together, but my case, I had to spread the wings out a little bit on the case, and then I was able to get my PCB out of the case. So you can see in this picture where the sides of the metal PCB container spread apart just a little bit. It's soft metal, so it's easy to do by hand. Okay, once you remove the PCB by the case, make sure you handle the PCB by the edges so you don't accidentally damage it or create static electricity that damage the components. You can look at the front side, which is a solder side, and the back side, which is not the solder side. There's not a whole lot going on that back side. All the activity is in the front. As documented by BerryBerrySneaky, the audio circuitry is in the upper right hand corner of the PCB by the big black connector that has the ribbon cable. It was at this point that I had my first holy cow moment, as I couldn't see any of those components. They were ultra tiny. Now BerryBerrySneaky mentions that these components are really small, but his pictures are all enlarged, so I really didn't get the picture that these things are that tiny. I had to get my magnifying glass out to see where everything was at located on the PCB. BerryBerrySneaky has done a really nice job documenting this entire process out on Reddit. Included in the documentation is a lot of pictures. In these pictures, one of them he's got the PCB and he identifies all the different component sections, so especially where the audio components reside, and that's in the upper right hand corner by the black ribbon cable connector. In there he then does a zoom on the components within the audio circuit, and that's where we want to focus on, because that's where we got to do the modifications to the PCB to get the audio circuitry to work properly. The problem identified by BerryBerrySneaky is the circuitry for the left channel is missing the capacitor and the resistor that's associated with it, C79 and R79. The components for the right channel do exist, C78 and R78. Now this allows for the audio for the right channel to flow through the system, as seen on this picture, onto the amplifier and then on out to the speaker. Since the components for the left channel do not exist, C79 and R79, there's no way for the left channel data to go through the system onto the amplifier and out to the speaker. So BerryBerrySneaky, he identified the problem, but he went to the next level and he also identified several solutions to this problem. The first solution identified by BerryBerrySneaky is to replace the missing components, C79 and R79. Well, I didn't have these in stock, and I sure as heck wasn't going to just order those for this one little project. So this wasn't an option for me. Now, once I got the PCB out, it's like, wow, these things are extremely tiny. So there's no way I would do this procedure. Option 2 was to bridge the left channel to the right channel to send the signal down to the internal amplifier and out to the speaker. So this is where you just connect C79 to C78, which is, you do this affectionately with something called a solder blob. And this is the path I chose to go down. Let me just visually and verbally warn you that if you proceed to make a change to your PCB, that you're going to avoid that warranty, and Arcade 1UP will not support you. Also, if you do it wrong, you could destroy that PCB and therefore not have access to any of your games any longer. All right, I'm attempting to do a solder blob between C78 and C79, capacitor 78, capacitor 79, on my PCB for my Arcade 1UP cabinet for my Rampage, so I can get dual channel output or stereo output into, or dual channel output, which people are calling stereo, but it's dual channel output into my amplifier that goes to one speaker. So it's not really stereo, but it will do the job. So I've done a lot of work on PCBs for pinball machines. Let me tell you, this is the smallest stuff I've ever had to work on. So I can't even with my reading glasses on, I can't really see the components that well, C78 and C79. So I'm going to take you into, I've got this magnifying glass I use to work on PCBs, and I have to use that to see C78 and C79. And I'm using this this pointer device is a toothpick, and that's C70, what is that one? That is C78, and that's C79. That's how small those components are that I'm going to have to solder. So I'm definitely going to do a solder blob. And this picture over here, I just printed a picture out from BerryBerrySneaky's Reddit post. So that's what I'm going after. So we'll see what it looks like when I'm done. All right, I'm done with the surgical procedure. Just to give you all some quick background, I don't have any really fancy tools. It's just this magnifying glass. I've got my old thermometer, soldering gun. The heat temperature, I'm not really for sure 100%. It probably could have been up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. But I set up to 500, it got the job done. I'm sure somebody will comment, tell me what I should have done. I'm old school. There's my old cheapo Sperry digital multimeter. That was kind of tricky. I won't say it was the easiest soldering thing I've done. I had to get my solder pulse out, my solder sucker, and suck up some of the solder. I missed a couple times, so it took me to keep my hands from shaking. I'd never be a surgeon in real life, but so I've got this out, my multimeter, and I was just checking for continuity. So this thing is so fine, I had to get out my back probes and add them to my multimeter. And if I touch connection, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Basically, if I touch these things, they'll go from 0 to basically 1. I'm sorry, it goes from 1 to basically 0. So using these back probes on my multimeter, I check continuity, and let's see what we got here. See if I can give you a good picture of it. Video. Not really. Nothing. It's not a great video, but I got it. And like I said, I ended up with solder. Let me see if I get a pointer over here. Where's my little toothpick? Let me get a pointer. So I had solder
This is the 2 points I was trying to put a solder blob on. I had solder here. I ended up getting solder over here. I had solder flakes. You know, I had to make sure all those solder flakes are out of here. I cannot have any continuity anywhere except for right here on these 2 points, or I run the risk of damaging this PCB. So I think I got it all cleaned up, and I did my continuity check. Shoot, where's my pointer? I did my continuity check. These 2 points should have continuity now. These two should not. They don't. These two do not. So just these 2 points I wanted have continuity. And I think I'm ready to plug it back in and see what we get.
Option number 3 is where you actually pull off the left channel and the right channel at C78 and C79, and you run them to an external amplifier, which then goes to an external speaker. And once again, that's not for me. That's way overkill for what I need. Some people may want to do it, but most people probably won't. As seen in previous clips, I did option number 2. Let's watch the video and see if it works.
All right, I got it all put back together. PCB, and plugged in the connectors, screwed in, made sure the ground was screwed in, the other screws in the case, and then plugged the power back into the PCB and hooked the connector up on the outside of the cabinet. So I'm now ready to power it on. And I'm a little nervous. Yeah, I'm a little nervous. That was a lot more difficult of a solder job than I was counting on when I first took it apart. Those parts were teeny, tiny, 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 teeny, teeny, tiny. So let's give it a shot. Here it goes. Ooh. All right, that's a good start. See if it hangs. Nope, it keeps going. All right, good. So far, so good. Let's go to Gauntlet. Check it out. Select. Yeah, I want to continue. All right, so I'm going to play Elf. I'm gonna give us some coins. So I'm gonna go over to the right. I'm gonna play Elf because I want to check out the sound package.
Welcome.
And here we go.
Pressure 100 points.
All right, there's the narrator. There's my arrows. Here comes the ghost. Good. Whenever it gets hit by a ghost, he turns white. He used to not make a sound. Now you can hear him. All right, let's go get the key.
Say keys to open doors.
There's the narrator. We're gonna go through the door. We hear the door sound. Now let's go get this treasure. It made a sound. Good. Go get the food. All right. We're gonna go get the second key and it should make a sound. All right, made the key sound. So now we're going to exit, and we're going to see if it makes a double sound, the exit noise and then the new level entrance noise. Here we go. All right, it did both of them. Good deal. So that looks like the Elf's now working. So it looks like there's the key.
Save potion for later use.
The narrator always tells us on the first object, so there's our potion. Yeah, I got the sound for the health. Here we're going to open the door and get an attack mode, and you'll hear him go, oh, 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 oh. All right, so looks like I got the PCB fixed without breaking anything. I now have dual. Go through here. Let's get this health. Got it. Now it looks like I got dual channel going to my amplifier. So kind of cool. So we're going to go play the Valkyrie here. All right, so there we go. Now, listen, it's going to do two sounds. It's exit and then entrance. There's exit. There's the entrance. All right, good deal. There's Ori. I want to be Valkyrie. So now I'm Valkyrie. And I hit start. Here I go. Let's see what she does.
Pressure 100 points.
All right. There's her noise when she gets hit. And she changes color and makes a sound. Makes a sound when she attacks. Turns white, makes a sound. That's all good. Get the key.
Save keys to open doors.
Narrator always on the first time you get an object. Let's go through a door. Makes a sound. Let's go get the treasure. 100 points. Yep. Made a noise. Let's go get the food. Yep. Now let's go get the key. It should make a ding sound. There it is. Good deal. Now we're going to go to exit. It should make a double sound. It'll make the exit sound and then a new level sound. There it goes. Good. Made both of them. So let's try it again on the second level. Just going to get the key. It'll go ding. There it is. And now we're going to do a potion. The narrator should make a sound. Oops. There's the narrator. Let's go get some health. Made sound. And you hear when a ghost attack her, she's turning white and makes a noise. So we come in and get some health. Makes a sound. Health makes a sound. Makes a sound when she gets attacked. Makes a health. This is all good. One of the advantages of Valkyrie, she's fast. All right, so we're getting ready to exit. It's going to make the double sound again. The exit sound and the new level sound. Exit. Entrance, new level. All right, her sound package appears to be working.
BerryBerrySneaky has done a lot of documentation out on Reddit about the Arcade 1UP PCBs, so you can go out there and read it. There's a lot of good information there. He has a lot of detailed information about making this modification to the audio circuitry. Lots of written documentation, lots of pictures, lots of documentation within his pictures. Now, he also provides a service on eBay where he will do this modification for you. So you don't have to break out a soldering iron and attempt to break your PCB while you try to fix it. And of course, all the links to everything I discuss here, it'll be in the description of the videos. You'll also be able to find a lot of help and support out on the Arcade 1UP official fan page Facebook groups. Go ahead and try to hit that up, and people will try to help you out as best they can.
All right, that wraps up this video of me modifying the PCB on my Rampage cabinet so that it generates both the right channel and the left channel sounds to the amplifier and then on out to the speaker, so I can enjoy all the sounds produced by the game Gauntlet. Hopefully the demonstration in this video helps you to understand the process that needs to be taken on your Street Fighter cabinet or your Rampage cabinet to get both the left channel and the right channel sounds. Was it worth the risk of voiding my warranty or destroying my PCB on my Rampage cabinet to get these missing sounds for the Gauntlet game? Now, if I was a hardcore Gauntlet player, the answer would be absolutely yes, it's worth the risk. For me, I'm a casual Gauntlet player, so I was comfortable in my skill sets with doing soldering on printed circuit boards from my years of experience with pinball machines, but man, had I not had that experience, I wouldn't be making these changes myself. I would probably go through a third party such as BerryBerrySneaky. He offers his services on the internet out on eBay. I'd probably just pay him the money and have him do it. Let a professional take care of it. And that way you don't have to worry about anything. All right, keep watching my YouTube channel as I'll be coming out with more videos on these Arcade 1UP cabinets. I'm still going to have videos on how you actually do the USB modification where you can have access to secret and hidden games on some of these Wave 1 cabinets. All right, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the red subscribe button below. And if you want automatic updates when I add content to my YouTube channel, don't forget to ring that bell. If you like this video, click the thumbs up. If you dislike this video, click the thumbs down. And if you got any feedback, leave it in the comment section below. All right, have a great day and keep playing those classic arcade games on your Arcade 1UP cabinets.